So next is the handling of sync for restored record. So in our last PI, we did restore records, but there was some sync issue. I mean, not a sync issue, but the name field, whichever record was last updated, that record's value was not actually getting updated. So in 3.8, we are doing this force sync of the restored record, which means like any record that enters into the integration, say that it is orphaned, and once you orphaned it, the record is moved out or it lost its pair, the record is actually getting orphaned, and now you're pulling back the lost record or the deleted record, you're getting into the integration, which means a record gets synchronized, and once a record gets restored, the pair should continue to work. So when the record is actually restored, the value that you have on the restored record will completely be written into, or I'd say like we'll call it as a clone. It will be like entire value that you have it on the field mapping will be actually written into the orphan record. So in this case, what happens is like when a record gets, say that you have an automation between Jira and Rally, and Jira, the record is actually deleted, which means on Rally side, the record gets orphaned. Rally to Rally itself. So I have two instances of Rally to Rally. I'll show you a quick demo how it works. So when I have an integration between Rally to Rally, and one side of Rally, the record is deleted. The other side of Rally or the destination Rally, the record gets orphaned. So when a record gets orphaned on the destination side, there are certain settings that we have on the orphans where you can go and set particular certain values. So on the orphaned side, these values are actually set. Now, the record that I deleted it, I'm bringing it back. I'm restoring it back. So when I restore it back, whatever value that you have on the restored record needs to be updated on the orphan record. And whatever record ConnectALL is written in there, it will continue to clear that. So this functionality we have brought up in 3.8, it will not honor any conflicts, basically. So whatever the last restored value was, that value will actually get into the destination site. So that's something that we have done. So in this functionality, any record that gets restored, that will be considered as the latest record, or if that's a latest, that will be considered as the latest, and the value of those record will get updated to the destination site. I'll show you how this quickly works on a demo. And this works bidirectional. If you have unidirectional setup or if you have bidirectional setup, the latest recent updated record is what going to be updated on the destination site. So here I've given a couple of examples, but I think it's better I can show you on the application itself. But we have explained here like how it works. So if you see that I have a sample, a unidirectional automation between Rally and Jira. This is a unidirectional, say, create a record in Rally, it'll sync to Jira. Data will flow, it will continue to flow. Now say that you have moved the record in Rally out of the integration, say it is getting moved to a different project, then the record in Jira gets orphaned. And now in the orphan configurations, we'd have set some settings like, go and update these fields. All that will continue to happen. Now say that you're bringing the record back into Rally. So which means you're restoring the record. You don't need to do any manual interventions there. Whenever the record enters or restores into Rally, that particular records will actually start synchronizing in the next sync flow. So this is what we have done. We'll not be considering any conflicts. It'll override the conflicts and it'll start setting the or copying the value into the destination. But the direction of the automation, if it is unidirectional, if your automation is unidirectional, it will behave on the unidirectional pattern. From the source to destination, it will flow, and also it will honor the direction of the field. So whatever directions you have kept in the field will be honored. If at all a record is restored and the field direction doesn't honor that, the value will not get updated. So record getting restored will honor the directions of the automations and direction of the field. So here is the a basic use case that we have ensured that we have captured these use cases and we have covered it. We have captured both bidirectional and unidirectional support will be done in here. Yeah, so this is a restore record that I was being telling. So when you have a failure happens when a record is getting restored, and when there is a failure, so you the failure will get into it'll be a sync failure that you will have. You'll be able to see that under the synchronization failure, and you will the option to click on retry. Retry will be enabled, and you will be able to retry it, and the retry will be successful. Then this gets into the success state. So that part we have covered. Additionally, one requirement that we did as part of the 3.8 is like the scheduler. We have added an additional schedule. So far for orphans, we were only supporting like 24 hours, and the last 3 months data was where you will be able to identify whether the record is orphaned or not. Before even 3.8 in the patch, we actually added an additional schedule of 7 days and 1 year data, which means like you can run a schedule every 7 days, which will be able to scan for 1 year data. We know this is a limitation. We are in 3.9. We are expanding the schedule. So we are leaving this open to the customers so that they can set the schedule. They can set 24 hours, 48 hours, or they can set like 1 year, 2 year, up to 10 years. We have given that bandwidth so that any record that was being transacted by ConnectALL, orphaned by ConnectALL, will be able to do that for the last 10 years of data, which is coming up. Moving on, like, yeah, this is another requirement we done, but we wanted to fine tune this email further. But for now, what we do is like, whenever there is a restore happening, we are actually triggering an email. But it's built more on the conflict sort of notification. We'll get to know like what is the value that was being overridden by the restored value. So this email will be triggered. Only limitation that we have in this is like this gets triggered only for a bidirectional automation for now. We have an open issue wherein for a unidirectional automation this doesn't get triggered, which we'll be working out in the patch, and we'll put it out there. But just want to bring it to the note that if somebody has a unidirectional automations, the emails are not triggered. It's because we are working on that. We still want to clean up that part. And we also wanted to clean up a little bit on this email that we have today. I'll show you a sample email when I do the demo. We wanted to make it even more understandable with only the restored value up there. So that cleanup also we'll be doing it in the upcoming PI. This is more of how the schedules work. So if it's a 24-hour schedule, it runs every 24 hours. It scans for the process like last updated record in the last 3 months. And as on today, it triggers automatically at 12 a.m. These are all hard-coded schedules that we have. As I said, in the upcoming PI, we'll give it to the user to decide which hour, which time they wanted to send, schedule it, that we'll open it up. And the 7 day schedule also, we have it like it runs every 7 day, which can process last 1 year, and typically it runs at 11 p.m. On the seventh day. A user can go ahead and just select one of the schedules, or they can select both the schedules. If you select both the schedules, the 24-hour will actually be processing it, and the 7 day schedule, it will exclude this 3 months data, just because we don't want it to again scan the same data of this customer. So if both the schedules are set, we'll exclude the 3 months data, and it will only schedule the rest of the 1 year data. So this is how the schedule works today. And yeah, the limitations that I really wanted to call out is like the sync period. It's for 1 year. We'll expand it. Orphan retry, we have not implemented yet. Orphans emails and notifications are yet to be implemented. Orphans delete, any record that's orphaned and you want to delete it, we don't have that provision today. The metrics page also needs to be expanded sometime in our upcoming PI to include the orphans data. So these are all the couple of limitations that we have. Let me quickly jump into the demo. Let me open up the So this is an unidirectional automations that I have between the Acme Rally and a test rally instance. And it's unidirectional, so the settings is kept in like it doesn't pull or push on the one side. It only creates and updates it. And I have a couple of fields that I've set it, which is all unidirectional. And I have my orphan strategy set in here on my destination side. Let me open up this rallies. Give me a second. And I have my test. So it's between initiative. Let me, and yeah, status is idea. So let me go ahead and create. Given this, let me add some values so we can see those changes. So the record is created. Now let me go into my rally and let me delete it off. So this guy is deleted. It's moved into the recycle bin and not the wrong project. Right. Now let me go in and run the offense. Then I go in here. If you see in here, the name, because I had set that setting on my orphans where the name is getting changed. Yeah. So if you have seen here, the name is getting changed. This is the best way I can show you. So the name gets changed in here, and couple of other things that we have set as part of orphans will get updated. Now let me pull it back into the system. So I go into my recycle bin and I'm restoring it. So whatever value that you have it in here will get into the, so let me do the run. So it's updated. Let me go into my 154. If you see here, the value will get updated on the name. So the name gets updated. So whatever the restored record is, based on the direction that you have set on your field mapping, it will get updated. This is what I have on the force sync. Thank you.